again. Hey. Beautiful people, we are back for another Woman in Business Wednesday, and I'm so excited to spotlight another incredible woman, someone that I've known for years, since I
Okay.
even started photography. Okay, not that long, but like long.
I mean, low key.
Low key, pretty long. I mean, I don't know. You were there when I started, with Hatch, so I'm like, wow, it's been pretty long, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's welcome her. Her name is Crystal Flores. So, Crystal, how's your day been so far?
Good. Running around and answering emails, that kind of thing, just on the go. Came home for
Um,
this.
for anybody that doesn't know, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what makes your artistry you.
Well, yes, I am Crystal Bell Flores. I have been a makeup artist since 2006. So that definitely makes me feel old saying that. But long time. I kind of when I met Alfyn, that was when I was really experimenting with makeup and just doing every little crazy thing, you know, that I popped into my head. Let's make a flower crown. Let's make some teeth and do something crazy, and let's do some sugar skulls. Let's do some this and let's do some that. So I was definitely really experimenting with my artistry at that time. And I just came to realize, after 1 year doing like a crazy zombie crawl and had everything covered in latex, that just wasn't my jam. So I'm definitely loving bridal. I love that I get to meet people on a happy occasion, right? The vibes are usually always high and we get to just girl talk and chat. And I love making people feel their best on one of the biggest days of their life.
That's awesome. And I know I remember those times those were the most creative shoots I've had.
Yeah. We did a lot of things. Anything that popped into our head, we were like, yes.
Let's do it. How can we make it work? Let's put
Yeah.
that idea into action. I love it. So we've done some incredible shoots together, and every time you touch base, it's like watching your artistry at work. Do you remember the first shoots we've done?
Oh my gosh. There have been so many that they all kind of blur together. I don't know which one came first. I mean, there was shoots where, we painted people from head to toe, making them look dirty, or painting them from head to toe gold to look like King Midas, you know, taking of newspaper and magazines in it, cutting them up and folding them and making clothes out of them. We just really did some crazy things back in the day.
Which one do you think was like the best or like the most unforgettable?
Gosh, I don't even know. I feel like I just remember, like, little snippets from all of them.
Mm.
I don't know if I have a favorite because I just feel like that entire time was probably my favorite
Aw.
because we just, we got to meet each other and we're hanging out, and then we got to meet so many other new creatives and other people in the community, and that was my favorite part. Regardless of what we did, because it was always fun and it always came out great, it was meeting all the new people. That was my favorite
Yes. And
part.
I
Mhm.
love the energy you bring every time. You welcome every person or every client with a smile. You make them laugh. You have conversations all throughout. And I love seeing that process because not
Mhm.
everyone is gifted like that, you know? So I just love
Maybe I
working
talk
with
too
you.
much.
So you have this way of making people feel confident, empowered. So with your makeup and really working on enhancing their beauty, do you think your business has evolved um, with that goal, or is that still like the goal?
I think the way that I have done that, like the way that I approach my artistry has evolved, but that is still always the end goal, right? Before, I feel like because in the beginning, I was just trying so many new things and I just didn't know where I was going with that
Mm-hmm.
artistry, so I had no focus, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
And now I have that focus. So that's where that
Bridals.
is for me. Bridals, special events, things that bring joy, right?
Aww.
So I like to bring joy.
And then with this journey of entrepreneurship with your makeup artistry, as a woman entrepreneur, where there's highs and lows, what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned in your brand, in building your brand?
I think everyone goes through kind of analysis paralysis, right? Everyone is always looking at everyone else and like
Yeah.
trying to figure out like, oh, well, what are they doing? Well, is that something that I should be doing too? Like, I don't know. Like what, blah, 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 blah. And then you kind of get in this cycle of comparing yourself to others instead of finding what actually works for you, what you actually
Hmm.
do. Just because someone is on um, social media saying, oh, like I am a luxury artist and I am a this and I am a that. Is that you? Or
Yeah.
are you saying that because you think that's what you're supposed to say, right? So it's also like
Agree.
finding what you actually want to do. Like where is your lane, right? Do you want to teach, right? I love teaching. Um, or do you only want to do special events? Or do you want to do film and television? Instead of
Hmm.
comparing yourself to others and then pulling yourself in 100 different directions and never really finding what feels good.
How long do you think that took you to like really narrow down?
Oh, it took a couple of years. It definitely took a couple of years because I was at a point where I felt, why do I need to like only do one thing? You know,
Yeah.
I like to do all the things. Why do I have to only do one thing? But then I realized, okay, yeah, it is kind of fun, like, every once in a while dabbling in special effects and stuff, but is it fun all the time? Like, is this something that I want to do all the time?
Right.
Or is this just something I'm doing just randomly to like next? So then I'm like, actually, I don't like spending days and days and days making latex prosthetics. That's just not it for me. So, and it
And
takes time
it,
to learn, right? Because once you've taken the time to take those classes and learn how to do those things, and then once you start doing those things, that's when you realize, actually, no, this is not my favorite thing. So it takes time. It takes
that's
time.
awesome. That's awesome. Because, I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat. Like, how can we just pick one? Or
Yeah.
so I'm glad like you're sharing and seeing like how it took you some time to really be like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. And for some people, bridal is hard. Um, it's not just about like showing up and doing a pretty makeup, right?
Yeah.
Especially because in bridal, emotions are involved.
Hmm.
It's not like when you're doing a commercial shoot and you're hired by, the brand, they give you, you know, what they're looking for, their, shot list, mood boards, whatever. You do that and you're done,
Yeah.
right? With bridal, there's emotions, right? And sometimes the emotions are high and people are stressed out and, you need to be able to deal with it. And if you're not that kind of person, maybe bridal is not your avenue. Not saying that not makeup, because there's other avenues in makeup, right?
True.
It's just
Yeah.
that the skill is not where you fit best.
So have you had like some crazy like stories with dealing with
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been doing bridal for so long. I definitely have crazy stories. Um, but I feel like I'm a pretty even person, you know? And so it's never been anything that has like deterred me from bridal, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, this happened.
could you share like an example?
Ooh, I mean, there have been little things, where like family members are like arguing with the bride or like trying to upset
Oh,
bride, and then I had to say
Crying, or they're like crying, yelling, screaming.
yes, and I had to step in like, "Hi," you know, and I have no problem doing that, you know, for my clients, and I step in like, "Hey, okay, hi, we need this to be a calm space."
Yes.
Not just for the bride, but for me because I'm working, right? I am providing a service, and I wanna do the best that I can. So there are always those little things that pop up randomly during the season, but I guess a crazy story would be, one time I had a bride who could not stop taking the tequila shots,
Oh my god.
and I ended up doing her makeup while she was laying down on the floor.
Oh really?
So, you know,
That's a story.
there's a whole lot that went into that, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. So was she like, did
Yes.
the
Yep.
did everything go by smoothly after
Yeah,
that?
you know, we got her down the aisle. So, that's
Oh my goodness.
hey, that's all that mattered, right? Like, we got her
Yeah,
down the aisle, and she was very grateful at the end, so, well,
that's funny. Was she sleeping the whole time? Or was she?
she just couldn't sit still because she had the spins
Oh, oh, so
after.
yeah, got it.
So, she's like, "I need to lay down." I'm like, "Okay." And she chose the floor. So
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Crystal, what's the most recent win that you're proud of? Maybe a dream client, dream event, or even just a moment where you knew you were walking in your purpose.
Uh, let's see. Well, a couple years ago, I decided, you know, I was really just going to put more into my business, and I started traveling, and I've always been a person that likes to take classes. I like to see other people's perspective on not only the industry, but techniques and products, because those things are always changing, right?
Hmm.
There's always a new product or a new technique, you know, you see them on the internet, like different hacks and whatever, and I'm like, "Okay, I wanna know what the real deal is," like, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and in doing that, I met amazing artists,
You're
and
what?
in, like, taking classes and traveling, I was able to meet, a lot of amazing artists, and so now, typically, when we say here in our area, it's the slow season,
Yeah.
no longer my slow season, right? Because now I'm traveling and doing makeup for destination, clients and working with some of my favorite artists ever, and so for me, that's a big win.
I know you're busy. You're busy traveling all the time. It's so amazing to see you
Yes.
grow into what it is now. So
Me and
that's
my
so
little
awesome.
travel, makeup kit on the plane ready to go, so
Wow. I love that you have that dialed down now.
yes. I am the queen of, bags and organization and makeup
You
kits.
are. I'm like, wow, that's so organized and clean. I love it. Like, how do you do?
Yes. Lots
That's
of
good though. That's very
time.
important. So, Crystal, for anyone out there that wants to get into beauty or even just feel more confident in their own makeup game, what tips would you give them, and where should they start?
Well, if it's personally, I like to say don't stress, right? Because I feel like you go online and you're like, "Oh my god, it's supposed to look like this, and when I'm doing it, it doesn't look like this, and, oh, I'm doing it wrong," you know? So, personally, I like to tell people, you know, when you're first starting out doing your own makeup, think of it like when you were a kid and you're coloring,
Oh,
right? And just play and have fun with it. Don't let it stress you out. And if you have questions, ask a professional, right?
there you
Because
go.
sometimes you're looking at all these videos online, but if they're not someone that looks just like you know,
Mm-hmm.
like skin tone, hair color, you know, face shape, it's not gonna come out the same, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. Now, professionally, I would say go and shadow someone, right? go and see, like, hey, I really am thinking about getting into the industry. I would love if I just shadowed you, and if that is a good experience, I would love to then move to assistant, right? So that way you can kind of actually find where you wanna go in the industry
True.
before just, like, throwing yourself in and being overwhelmed, right? And then also, go ahead and, like, go and start taking those classes, not just, what I like to call YouTube University, which is right? You can learn so many things online,
Oh yeah.
on YouTube and the internet, but it's so different in person,
Person. Yep.
especially when it comes to makeup because you need to feel those textures. You need to, like, see the differences that people are talking about, and that doesn't always
Hmm.
translate on video.
True. Have
Mhm.
you taken anyone to like shadow shadow you or?
Yeah, I have, a couple of times people are like, "Hey, can I work with you?" or what have you, or even, when I, have larger bookings or there are people that have taken my class from me, I'm like, "Okay, like, you took my class, like, you wanna work with me now?" I'm definitely very open to those kinds of things, and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, girl, like, there's enough room for all of us, right? So, come on over."
Are you still doing your 101?
Yeah, yeah, anyone can, book a one-on-one course with me. Those are specifically pro focused. Um,
Mm,
so those are for, the aspiring makeup artist or a pro makeup artist who's already in the industry but wants to learn some new techniques or a different way
yeah.
of doing makeup. So those are what my one-on-one courses are for.
Awesome. I love that. And I know I just really quick. I want to know with your tough days, what
Mhm.
keeps you pushing through? Like what would you say your why would be?
I feel like a lot of, things can go into your why, right? So
Yeah.
first and foremost, I am a mother, so that's always gonna be my why, regardless of what industry I'm working with, right? Because I want to be with my children and, being able to make my own schedule allows me to do that, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it help provide for them as well. But also on a more personal level, I think back to all the other jobs that I've had, right? And when
Yeah.
I feel like, gosh, I wish I had some bookings this month or 6 months in the future or whatever, because I book out, or I feel like, throwing the computer at the wall, trying to figure out QuickBooks, because
Oh my
that's
gosh.
another part of it, all the admin business stuff. It's not just pretty makeup, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm just really down on myself, I think back to other jobs that I've had, and I'm like, I would be more sad, upset if I was still doing that other job. So then I'm like, "You know what? I could be over here feeling like this and doing this. Instead, I'm here. So you know what? This is where I wanna be, and this is where I'm gonna bring it, and I'm gonna keep doing it."
I love that. I love that. And I love that you dig a little deeper as to your why and not just like the surface level. So I love that. Thank you. So thank you so much again for hopping on, sharing your story. Crystal, tell everyone where they can find you or, how can they book?
Yeah, so I primarily do that through my website, which is, crystalbellbeauty.com, all typical spelling, nothing special there, and you can fill out my contact form, which will directly go to my email and my calendar so I can check my availability. As far as, like, seeing some of my work, you can also check out my website there, which will have some photos of my work, as well as on my Instagram, which is also at Crystal Bell Beauty, or on wedding websites such as like Wedding Wire and Zola and stuff. Mhm.
Yay! Yeah, and if you could, Crystal, could you put it on the chat later?
Yeah,
For your links and stuff. That way, if anyone's interested or needs service, they can definitely look you up. And for
Perfect.
anybody watching now or later, later on today, if you find this inspiring, or if you want someone to hear it, go ahead and put a emoji, heart emoji, and or tag that person so that you can see like Crystal's journey of makeup and how it's
Yes.
evolved, and see where it's at today. I'm so excited. Like, you've literally evolved it, seeing you grow throughout the years. I'm like,
I
wow.
mean, yeah, you've been there for a big chunk of it, so you've seen it.
I love it. And next live, we need to just talk on like some of our experiences together and stuff. So
Oh,
I'm
yes, that'd be so
excited.
fun. Yes.
I'm excited for people to get to know you, because you're just an amazing person and an amazing person to
Oh,
talk to. So
thank
it's like, oh my gosh, everyone needs to know who Crystal is.
oh, you're so funny. You're my favorite.
Aww. Well, Crystal, I love you and hope to
Yes,
see you soon. So if
yes.
anybody watching, definitely like, comment, and share. All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Bye, guys.